What's up, college football fans? Don't forget to check out and order your copy of Stiff Arming Football Myths, our latest football game plan book. So go on our website at footballgameplan.com/books and get your copy. We have these available in paperback as well as in PDF form. Welcome to footballgameplan.com, where football makes sense. I'm Emery Hunt, the czar of the playbook. Bring you our preview of the 2014 Vizio Fiesta Bowl between the Boise State Broncos and the Arizona Wildcats. Now let's take a look at some coaching points for both teams in this ball game, starting with Boise State.
For Boise State in this ball game, they have to force Arizona to play physical. Arizona wants to make this a speed game in which they have the advantage, but if Boise State can flip this and make this a physical, hard-nosed, downhill game, it bodes well for the Broncos. And they can't beat themselves. No penalties, no turnovers, no blown assignments, Those things can't happen versus a very explosive team like the Wildcats. And you have to do your job defensively. Playing Arizona is like playing Oregon. You can't get caught looking in the backfield. You can't get caught worrying about other people's responsibilities. Do your job. 11 guys rally to the football and make a play. And for Arizona in this ball game, a new Solomon's accuracy will be key. I felt as though versus Oregon, he left a lot of plays on the football field they could have knocked off the Ducks if he was able to get better accuracy on his passes. That can't happen versus Boise State. And defensively, I would go with a heavy zone rotation coverage versus Boise State post-snap. I don't think Grant Hedrick, the quarterback of Boise, can see the field very well, and I think you can confuse him into making some bad decisions. And make the plays that are there. That goes directly to the secondary of Arizona. They could have had 4 interceptions versus Oregon, and they wouldn't even be in the Fiesta Bowl if they were able to make those plays. And on offense, you got to catch the football. You got to get those first downs. Make the plays that are there to be made, and they have a great chance of knocking off the Broncos. And the biggest X factor for Boise State in this ball game will be the play of quarterback Grant Hedrick. He's going to have to make a few plays in the passing game versus Arizona. He won't have to throw the football 30-plus times. He's going to have to make at least 15 to 17 good throws in this ball game in order for this offense to have success. And for Arizona in this ball game, linebacker Scooby Wright, the All-American, he's going to have another huge game versus the ground attack of Boise. I'm pretty sure the Broncos will come in, line up, and try to run the football downhill versus Arizona's defensive front. So it's up to Scooby Wright and company to make sure they stop the football at or behind the line of scrimmage. Now here are some 2015 draft prospects you want to keep an eye on in this ball game for Boise State. You look at Jay Ajayi, the outstanding tailback, 6 feet 216, does a great job catching the football and also in pass protection. You look at the 2 senior prospects for Arizona, Austin Hill, big-time wide receiver that will be down at the East-West Shrine game, and Mickey Balkas at 6'8", 305, excellent left tackle with very good footwork. A former walk-on, Randy Troutman, ended up becoming a 2-time All-American, 1981 Big Sky Conference Defensive Player of the Year, and finished his career with 266 tackles and 29 TFLs. Troutman was also inducted into the College Football Hall of Fame in 1999. Part of the Desert Swarm defense, Rob Waldrop was a tremendous defensive lineman for Arizona, and Waldrop was a 2-time All-American, also taking home the Outland, Nagurski, and UPI's Lineman of the Year awards in the process. Oklahoma State came into the 1974 Fiesta Bowl a big underdog to Lavelle Edwards' BYU Cougars, and BYU's offense had trouble moving the football in the rain and, more importantly, against the Cowboys' defense, as Oklahoma State shut out the Cougars after the first quarter, winning 16-6. In their first ever bowl game at the FBS level, head coach Dick Cutter's 9-3 Broncos squad went toe-to-toe with the Louisville Cardinals in the 1999 Humanitarian Bowl, and with Louisville driving late in the game, Kareem Williams picked off a Chris Redman pass to seal the 34-31 victory. In the 1989 Copper Bowl, Arizona took a 17-7 halftime lead, and thanks to a strong as usual defensive effort and performance, the Wildcats held North Carolina State to only 3 points in the second half, finishing the season with an 8-4 record. I like Boise State in this ball game. What's underrated about the Broncos this year is how they're able to control the line of scrimmage. That doesn't matter if they're in spread sets or condensed sets. They can win up front, and that's why Jay Ajayi, the talented tailback, has had a successful season. I think they'll run their way to victory versus Arizona in this year's Fiesta Bowl.